Hey everybody, welcome to the
Hey.
Perfect Pair. I am Tangerine here in Studio B.
I'm Marty in a remote location right now.
Remote location. Oh, it looks so beautiful in that remote location, Marty.
It's nice. It's nice. That's what I can say.
Oh, fun in the sun. Well, welcome to the Perfect Pair, and glad to tune in, Marty.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, but you know what? It's funny because this is how we first started.
This is how we first started. We were both in our own separate location, and we would talk trash on Wednesdays. And now it's Sundays at 2:00, and we're generally together.
Mm-hmm.
We're generally together. So
this is like, I am a little lonely. I have like so much space, so I do miss you, friend.
I miss you too. This has been a struggle because I had to find the right setting for this. You know, like there were restaurant options and beach options, and I was like, there's a lot of people there.
Oh, the options. Oh, how many options you have?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. I had a lot of help.
Well, I'm glad you can join us.
Yes.
If I had to get a co-host, you know who it would have been.
I know exactly who it would have been. And this show would have went this way.
I would have had to be quiet, but no, I would have exerted myself where this is my show and I'm not being quiet. You cannot silence me on the Perfect Pair.
I gotta center myself. There we go. That's fine. So this is the Perfect Pair, and what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna have our drink segment. And you all know I am the resident mixologist here, but today I'm going to keep it real hood, and we pouring straight from the bottles into the glass. You know, it's really not good. I don't have no jigger, I don't have no mixer, I don't have nothing. So we're gonna see how this go.
That's not too much, so you good.
Okay, so we are having the classic sidecar today, and it consists of cognac and some orange liqueur and lemon juice.
I'm using this. I don't have lemon. I need some sweetness.
What's that?
Sweet and sour mix.
Oh, you're using sour mix.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did tell my trusty assistant that I was going to need some ice, but they may have forgot about me. So what we're going to do is the recipe calls for 1.5 ounces of vodka. And
you mean
not vodka, dear God, cognac. It's been a long weekend, folks. I don't know if that's 1.5 ounces, but it looked good to me. So
mine too, Virgie.
Hey, y'all. Hey. Then we're gonna have, what does it say? I don't even know.
Contour.
Yeah.
I didn't even put it up in the book.
Look at that. And
so we do the same amount of contour as what you call it?
As cognac?
Yep.
You in a better situation to know what's going on than I am.
That's my favorite drink.
That's right. And then we're gonna have, it says splash, but I don't know what a splash is anymore because the sun has baked my brain. So
and now maybe a little bit more of splash because as we know, I am making more than one drink.
Okay. So she's shaking. I'm stirring in my glass because it's not a real thing. Hey, Enise. Hey, Mama Jones.
Hey, Ma.
Oh, wait. Gotta wait till she pour hers out. I'm sorry.
You know, I had to do the 15-second shake like you taught me.
That's right. That's right. I'm so glad. So glad my teachings are going. The lessons are being retained. I'm so happy.
That's enough. Ready?
I'm ready.
Cheers, friend.
Cheers to you. Cheers to everybody at home. Hey, Orlando.
Oh.
Hey, Rashonda. Yeah, I'm hanging out in a remote location today. Oh, yeah, this is all right.
This is all right. See what happens when you don't measure? And it's sweet, so I'm gonna apologize in advance. In a minute, these straps just gonna go down. They drive me crazy.
Don't let the straps go down. Don't let the straps go down, friend. This is my Sunday show.
What are
We
you
don't
eating?
got time for that on this show.
What are you eating?
Oh, my assistant brought me some fruit. Sorry.
I freaking love you, man.
I mean, what can I say?
You supposed to. So okay. So
I'm just a girl on vacation.
This is delicious. The sidecar. Everybody, you have to make this. This is one of my favorite drinks. 3 ingredients of fun. Ooh, 3 ingredients of fun. I'm gonna put a little ice in mine.
You ain't got enough ice?
I kept it in my shaker.
Oh.
But I'm putting it in because that had a little.
I'm gonna try to keep it to 1 drink today, y'all.
I had some champagne earlier today.
I think I had a Hennessy berry today. Yeah, cranberry juice, pineapple juice, and Hennessy already. Okay. So yeah, I've already been drinking.
So, and that's okay. I was too. We had mimosas, breakfast.
Okay.
So, okay. Now let's move on. Anything else with Shake and Enjoy?
Nothing else with Shake and Enjoy. We want you all to have a wonderful weekend. I
hate you. So we're going to move on to my next favorite part of the show because we do, we're moving kind of fast because we have a special guest and we want to get to him. I'm very excited.
I'm very excited about this too.
We have another man coming to help y'all. So the next segment is my favorite. She's pressed.
She's pressed.
So the set of the week is called Pinks and Winks. This was actually the very first set that I put on the website.
Was it?
It was. And I let Marty pick, and as y'all can tell, the picture was in the snow. So that was probably like yesterday. It's still been selling, and I was wondering, should I discontinue it? It's my favorite pink, and it has rhinestones. Y'all know I like bright colors. So
why would you discontinue the set?
Because it's a lot to make it. I know that sounds crazy, and I feel like once something has been around for a year, maybe I should discontinue it, but it's still a big hit, so I can't stop it.
Don't take it away from the people.
Okay. So the set of the winks is Pinks and Winks. Nothing too new with She's Pressed, except remember I'm taking my last order for any customized sets, so that's sets with special sizes or any special set that you want on May 21st. And that will be until July. I am taking a little hiatus vacation. So from May 22nd to like July 2nd, you can order pre-made sets of your standard sizes. So small, medium, and large. You can still get sizing kits, cuticle oil, and your filter mask, because even though they say no mask, we should still wear masks.
We should still be wearing masks. And let's not forget, I just found out you can get the application kit as well. So if you already have a set of She's Pressed and you need new tools to apply your nails, she also has those as well.
Yeah, so everything on the website, she'spressednails.com. And that's just all. Just complete an order. And that's all.
And that's just all.
That is all. She's Pressed is doing good. I'm still loving my baby. And I got them on today. Y'all know this is like one of my favorite pairs too, because it's so bright.
Is it the Maddie B?
Yes, it's the Maddie B, and they're so long, and I just love them. But I won't wear them in real life.
Why not?
Because they're too long for me. Like, I don't know how I would do anything if I really had these glued on. So right now I am using the tabs, because you get tabs and glue, and after the show they'll come off. But they're too long. I usually like a short stiletto.
So I want to say something about this little bottle of Hennessy right here. Y'all know I generally don't just drink regular Hennessy. I mean, it's all right, but I'm going to have to try this again with the privilege. This ain't giving what it's supposed to give.
And you got me drinking Hennessy because privilege, because I used to drink the regular Hennessy.
Yes. This ain't giving. I don't know how y'all be holding on to these little pocket rockets right here, but this ain't This ain't it. I don't like this. But we gonna keep this show rolling.
Keep it moving. All right. Hot topic. Not hot topics, but this is not the Wendy Williams show.
This was popular. It's about hot topics. He went to the Wendy Williams show. This is not. It's a whole lizard over here running.
So what's new? Everybody knows this has been like music week. And y'all know I love music, especially rap music. So we have J. Cole came out and Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Currently, I've heard J. Cole maybe twice.
2 times.
2 times. I've heard Nicki Minaj maybe 7 times.
What?
It did something to me like the whole CD is not the vibe.
Which one?
I don't even think I got through the whole thing. I keep starting it over.
What CD you didn't get through the whole one?
I don't think I listened to all of Nicki Minaj yet. Because every time I start doing something and I stop, but I did get a line. You know, I always look for nice little lines that she said.
What was it?
So this one, I don't know it all the way just yet, but I will have it by the end of the week. She's talking. She's done with her song. It's from I'm a boss ass boss ass beat. So then she says at the end, like, you never know how far you've come until you look back and see all the people that's still there. It was like the best trash talking line ever. Like you just see all the people you didn't pass that's still back there. That's how far you've come. It is like the greatest trash talking line ever.
I have listened, and let me say this. I want to say this. I always believe that music, an album should not last longer than, it shouldn't last longer than an hour. But when I tell you these 39 minutes that J. Cole gave me in the off season, it has been on repeat. I find motivation in his lyrics. It's so much like I as my co-host here and my friend, I don't remember the lyrics as, you know, I can't spot them off the top of my head, but they in there. And I know how to hit like, woo, that was a good one. But it's just so many about like, keep striving for new goals and new dreams that you may have. Like, don't stop just because, you know, he had that one song, it's 100 million. Like, you don't stop just at 100 million. After 100 million, you got to start thinking about the next goal. But if you do want to stop at 100 million, that's cool. As for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. We
don't stop.
We will keep going. So, you know, I enjoyed it, and yeah. Okay. I have not listened to Nicki. I wanted to give her a good listen because I was a late Nicki fan, and I wanted to see what she had to say after all this time after being on break. And I also heard that Lil Wayne is on there, so I like Lil Wayne, so I'm gonna tune in.
It's nice. I'm gonna listen to what's his name? J. Cole some more. So that's it. And then what's our last current event about no mask?
About no mask. The CDC, you know, you want to roll with them sometime, and sometimes you're just like, why would y'all say something like that? So now, in my current environment, you just see people running around with no mask on. Like, it's still out here, folks. Just, it's not killing us to wear the mask, but they said if you have been fully vaccinated, you can go without a mask. So I think at this point, they're trying to make people feel comfortable. But I still don't feel comfortable. How do you feel?
You know what? It depends on where I am. Yesterday, I went out for the first time, like nightlife. Had an absolute ball. Everything was outside. I did not have on a mask. But when I went inside the building, I did put a mask on. And I felt comfortable because we were like spread out, you know, sitting down. So
are they still doing the social distancing in the inside?
Yes. They like literally would lock the door, like nobody can come in once they reach. And when I went in to use the restroom, like at the bar wasn't crowded. They have a seating area, and those were all for like nobody standing up. You got to be outside, and they actually like will serve people past where their establishment was. So it was like people on the sidewalk. They were still serving anybody that was out there, and it was a really good time just to be out and feel like I was back to normal.
In this current environment, I have been in several jam-packed bars.
Mm-hmm.
No mess.
All right. Well, you just be safe for when I see you next week.
I'm just gonna hang out at the house.
Quarantine yourself before I come over there.
I am. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Well, do you have any more current events before we get to the main event?
I don't think so. As you can tell, I'm probably not even in the world right now, but yeah, that's about it.
I know. And I'm over here trying not to be a real hater. Like, I'm loving the view, but I am missing you here, and I wish I was here. But, you know, I'm going to act like I'm on the beach.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
Well, all right. Well, you ready to get started?
I am ready to get started.
We have our guests. We're about to get ready to pull up, make sure everything is great. I'll start off his introduction, and you can jump in. As everyone knows, our topic today is chiropractic care and men's health. So we invited Dr. Cecil Forbes to join us so he can give us his scoop. Dr. Cecil Forbes is the owner and operator of Eye Care Spine and Rehabilitation Center. He has also been appointed by Whitmer to the board of chiropractic care for the state of Michigan. He is from Detroit Public Schools, people. So give it up for Dr. Cecil Forbes.
What's up?
Hey.
How are
How's
you?
everybody doing?
We are doing good. How are you?
I'm tired, but I'm great.
Because you've been traveling.
Great. Just got off a flight. Man, I literally just
got off a flight.
Wow.
I saw the pictures. It was very exciting.
Yeah. Big time.
So what?
Big time.
So tell maybe just explain to me. You know, what was that about?
Okay. So as you see, I went to Jackson State University, but my parents also went to Jackson State University.
Okay.
That's what brought me down there. And in 1970, it's not spoken about a lot, but I think if you saw the movie Five Bloods, I think with Delroy
Lindo.
Yeah, they mentioned a little bit at the beginning of the movie when they showed Jackson State. So there was a riot and a massacre basically on the campus of Jackson State, where two young men were lost their lives due to protests, where city police and state troopers opened fire on a mob of students on the campus of Jackson State. And one of the young men from Jim Hill High School right next door were killed. And I mean, they lit up the dorm. There's bullets still in the dorm, the walls, and a little background there. So my dad was a senior that year, and it happened, I think, like 2 weeks before graduation. And so with so much going on, they closed the school down for the rest of the year. So the class of 70 was not able to have a graduation ceremony.
Oh, they didn't have a commencement ceremony.
No, they didn't have it. And actually, the dorm that was shot up, my mother was in that dorm.
Oh,
and I'll be posting some more pictures of it. But it was not. They didn't have a graduation. And me personally knowing about it, talk about some at Jackson State when I was a student there. But to just the gravity of it all, like to see the bullets still in the walls, if that happened today, just think about it'd be another George Floyd type of situation. But it was brushed under the rug. So last year, 50 years later, golden anniversary, and COVID hit, and so they were planning a big celebration. So twice. 2 events caused them not to be able to have their graduation ceremony. And this year they put it together. My dad, being here in Detroit, he really wanted to go, and so I got in contact with my siblings like, hey, we got to make it happen. And so, as you see through all the pictures, I'm flooding everybody timeline. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, don't be
but it was
sorry.
a
I
blessing to
enjoyed
him
them.
finally after. And my dad has his master. He has his masters. He has he was an educator, athletic director for over 30 years at Denby High School, and 5 kids. All 5 of us have master's degrees and above. So
Okay.
he's done a lot, and he set the tone. Roses was amazing during COVID.
Yes.
One thing it taught us this past year is that we need to celebrate our wins and not just
Mhm.
brush them over. Like, it's okay. But no, it was a big deal to us, and I know it's a big deal to
I
him.
can tell he
We
was really
just
excited
happy.
in the
Uh,
pictures. He looked
yeah,
really
yeah,
excited
it
in the
was good.
pictures.
He was trying to talk us.
I was able to put 2 and 2 together. I was like, I know you had went to Jackson State, but I was like, what? He ain't been out of school 50
Yeah,
years. Like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
yeah,
And then I saw your dad in his cap and gown, so I was like,
yeah,
okay. I thought it was maybe just like a reunion or
yeah,
anniversary.
I did too. I'm
Yeah,
like, I see this picture with these old men.
yeah.
Like, what is going on? Maybe they're like the honorary member.
yeah, that's what I thought.
No, that was that class first time, and I think out of like 300 students, it was like maybe like 70 that's still able to come.
To
To be
come.
honest with you, so yeah,
Okay.
and so they have a 50 golden year every year. So the class of 70 who was there at the time as well. They had a ceremony this weekend as well.
Okay.
So it's a big deal at this 50 union remark. But also too, the 12th a couple days ago was my 20th anniversary from graduating from Jackson. So
Oh,
it was a
congratulations.
good yeah. So
And,
not
and
50,
speaking
20 for me.
And speaking of congratulations on the 10-year anniversary of Eye Care Spine and Rehabilitation Center. Um,
Yeah.
Yes.
I am a patient. And
Thank you for letting us enhance your health. Yes, indeed.
yes, they have. They have told me not to sleep on my sofa, and
Wow.
uh-oh.
Because
You want to tell her, doctor, why she shouldn't be
it's messed
sleeping
up
on her
your
sofa?
back.
Yeah, you can't sleep on your stomach and on the well, if you're sleeping on the couch, you setting yourself up. We already know how that go.
But you said you
Yeah.
can't sleep on your stomach.
No, it's not good to sleep on your stomach either. No.
That's where I get my
Sure.
best sleep.
You think so? You gotta try it another way. You think so? Your body gonna let you know in a little while. Yeah.
So
I tell you one exercise. Stand up against a wall and mimic how you sleep in the bed. So think about the wall being the bed and how your
okay,
head is turned like this. So think
right.
about you putting your head in this position. You are stretching these muscles, engaging them, and you're pinching the nerves on this side. These muscles are all engaged. So a lot of times a person will wake up still tired because those muscles are still activated.
She said, what?
Never thought about that. I was thinking
Yeah.
I didn't want us to sleep on our stomach because maybe your spine did or something.
It takes the curve out of your spine. Right now, we are dealing with a lot of you're supposed to have a lot of people who have straight curve in the neck, and it happens a lot due to how we sleep, how we look at our phones. But sleeping over a period of time, because we do it on a daily basis, will take the curve out of your neck, the natural curve out of your neck.
And
Yeah,
so, what would that do if we take the natural curve out of our neck? I don't get it.
It will increase degeneration, and it'll cause radiating pain down your arms. It'll cause headaches, cause lack of concentration. It will mimic carpal tunnel syndrome. So there's people that's having carpal tunnel surgery that is really suffering from cervical radiculopathy. That basically means
Whoa.
neck pain that radiates down your neck, down your arm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
So
mom has a lot of neck pain. Mom, I hope you still listening.
like he would tell me, like when I would
Mm-hmm.
come into the office, like don't look down at your phone like this. Like they want you to lift your phone up so you can be at eye level, so you're not forcing your neck down like that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like whatever you do, it should be up here.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
I know we be
But
trying to block our phones. But yeah, go ahead.
we're gonna get into that. Why is
We
Marty
need
looking like a news reporter? Leave me alone.
that was just good. I'm sorry. And Mom, we will give the address. She needs your address. We're going to put it out there. 10 years in the business. We
We'll
want
make
to
it happen.
support him. Go. You want to start off, Marty, or you want me to?
I'll let you start.
Okay. So I am a person. I've never been to a chiropractor, but I want to. But I always hear that once you start going to a chiropractor, you always need to go, as if there's something there. Is that true, or is that just a myth?
There's some truth to it. It's just it's taken out of context. So if the best way I can say it is, it's like once you go to the dentist, do you need to go back to the dentist?
Every 6 months.
And reason being because you got to always check on your spine, and you just said every 6 months, but think about, so if you come to a chiropractor for the first time, the average chiropractic patient starts between, let's say, 35 and 50. That means it's 35 or 50 years of your back being misaligned,
Oh.
and one adjustment doesn't cure it all. And I have to explain to people, your spine is not like pieces of Lego where you can just pop it back in and you're good. What we equate that to is the presence of pain. You can have a pinched nerve, or you can have issues going on that does not deal with pain. If we equated our health to just pain, we will miss over a lot of things. There's a lot of cancers, there's a lot of diseases that has nothing to do with pain. So we have in my mind is that if I'm not in pain, I'm healthy. But if I'm in pain, I'm not healthy. But it's not a correlation. So to answer your question, you have to train your spine and the muscles around your spine to stay where we want it to stay. And that does not happen one time. So yes, you have to continue to come back. The key is that you don't have to come back twice a week or 3 times a week for the rest of your life. The goal is to get you on a maintenance program where you're coming back at least once or twice a month. That means that you're holding your adjustments and you're doing everything that you got to do to stay healthy. It depends on the person. I always tell my patients after the first adjustment, 85% of my patients feel better after the first adjustment, 10% feel no change, 5% may feel a little sore. You may feel a little sore. It all depends on the person. It all depends on the degeneration that's going on in your spine as well. It also depends on your level to relax. And so I'm cautious and I'm intentional about helping my patients relax before and while I'm adjusting, because I explain it to them. The more that I'm able to explain to a patient what is about to happen and what is going on, it lessens their apprehension of an adjustment.
And I just want to let you all know, I have control issues, and Dr. Forbes worked with me.
He agreed with that.
Dr. Forbes worked with me because he would say, turn. I'm like, no way. I can't do it. And he was like, relax. I can't do it. Turn your head. I can't do it. But we got through that. And to your point, I didn't feel like I could never stop going, but I did feel better when I left the chiropractor. I can feel that. I don't know, would I call it like a release, doctor? Like it was like it wasn't
audible.
It wasn't like it was a stress on my back, or it was, you can feel like a relief that you didn't know that you needed. It's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like you become lighter
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the stress comes off of you. It gives you that euphoric feeling.
yeah.
And the key that people think like, I got to keep coming back. It's like a drug. I use this analogy. So think of, we call it the reticular activator system. If everybody that's tuning in, think about the car that you drive. Before you got that car, you most likely did not see it all the time, but now you see that car every time it passes you.
Right.
Yeah.
It was always there, but just out of sight. So when
Okay.
a person is now in a line, now they know how it feels to be out of alignment and in alignment. So now they're more cautious to it and like, okay, yeah, I need to get adjusted because this is out.
Yes.
Before it was like, I got this little nick in my hand, my neck, and I'm just letting it go. It's gonna go away, a little tightness gonna go away. But once you get adjusted, you know the difference.
Mm.
So, with that being said, doctor, we have a question. So, can you explain what's the difference between chiropractic work and a massage therapist?
Yeah,
Like, is
that's a
there a
good.
difference?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Like,
It's a
I
big
know the
difference.
answer, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's a huge difference because massage therapy works on the muscles uh, of your body, and they help you to relax. They're good. I get one at least twice a month, and it helps you relax. It helps you get rid of tension points, trigger points in your body, and the difference in chiropractic care deals with your nervous system.
Mm.
We use
oh,
your spinal column as levers to correct misalignments, pinch nerves in your spine. Now, I'll I'll say it like this. So your nervous system is like your electrical system in your house. There's a nerve going to every part of your body. Every system in your body has a nerve running through it, just like an electrical system. So whether it be your digestive system, your cardiovascular system, your digestive system, reproductive system, all these systems have nerves running through it. If the nerves are not working properly, those systems will not work properly. So what we do, we help alleviate the interference with that electrical current that's going through your body via your nerves to take the pressure off of them so they can work at 100%.
and ain't that what we want, people? Don't we want our bodies to work at 100%?
Oh
No
wow.
doubt.
So let me just say a couple of the comments that we've had so far, Doctor. Virgie says she's been doing a lot of stuff wrong, which I'm finding out. I sleep on my stomach, so I should sleep on my back or my side.
Your back and your side are the best two positions to sleep on. If you are sleeping on your back, you should be supporting your neck, not your head. So
Wait a
if I
minute.
turn this way, you should be supporting, not your head. So your head should be like this. I don't know if everybody can see me. And if you are sleeping on your side, just like my body is right now, the pillow should be the width of from the bed to your ear. So you should not
So,
be doing this or this when you're sleeping on your side. Your head
oh,
should be in a neutral position, or you'll find yourself just as bad as sleeping on your stomach.
interesting. Now I got one of the beds that you can move. Should I put my feet up or like the head up or just keep it regular and just use a pillow?
It's okay to put have a bend in your knees. It's okay to elevate it a little bit. You just don't want to be in a situation where think of just how you stand up. If that bed is so much leaning forward, if you stood that way, you would be putting a bend in your back. You're going to be there between 5 and 8 hours. So just think it with the what is. It looks like
Never
something
thought
is
about
going
that.
on.
That's
Hold on a
good stuff.
second.
Oh,
Can you guys still hear me?
We can hear you, but you froze.
Hello?
Yes. Hello. Can you hear us?
Okay,
can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
But you okay?
Okay,
There
we
you
can
go.
see
Do you
you
guys?
now.
Okay.
You can see me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it was letting
Okay,
me
so we
know.
have
So should I?
then someone says, I went to a chiropractor 5 years ago and they caused pains in areas I did not have pain. So is that something that's natural, or they went to the wrong one?
Well, those are some things that are natural, that they're most likely part of that 5%, that once you start correcting the spine, you see your body homeostasis kicks in, and that's basically your body trying to correct itself, whatever is going on. When you say, let's say you have neck pain and you start correcting the neck, if you do not take care of the mid back or your lower back, then that misalignment will travel down to the other area. And so you have to correct your spine. You got to correct the spine. Now, will that cause some discomfort sometimes? Yes, it might cause some discomfort sometimes. However, though, you got to complete the process. That we cannot, with chiropractic, we cannot have a instant gratification mindset, meaning that it's like a pill where I'm just going to take this and it's going to alleviate my problem. It doesn't work that way. Once again, I always tell my patients is, it didn't start overnight. I can't fix it overnight.
I like that.
However, we can start the process. And if you have some discomforts along the way, we just got to work on them. And we just got to work through them. If a person was on medication and it caused them a side effect, 9 times out of 10, they ain't throwing the medication away.
Yep.
Good way to kind of think of it.
So this is natural, and this is your body correcting itself, and you're not giving it time to correct itself. So it's a perspective to how you want to look at it from that standpoint.
Okay. We did get a compliment from Paul Harlan. Dr. Forbes is a phenomenal doctor, always professional, and definitely helped me with my spine.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Did you pay him? No, I'm just joking. But I've heard great things about you. Okay, our next question.
That's my guy.
So, what are some recommended chiropractic care that you would say for people? Is that just one thing, you just come in for your spine, or is it different levels toward a different areas?
It depends on the person. So a person can just come in with headache issues. A person can come in with low back issues. A person can come in with sinus issues. A person can come in with, like I said, radiating pain down their arms, sciatica. You can come in with a lot of things: foot issues, plantar fasciitis, fibromyalgia. You can come in with a slew of things.
Hold up.
I'm writing this stuff down.
You are killing me with the terminology. I'm like, homeostasis. So what? Status what?
I'm outdone.
What is this type of status? What? Sir, I've been drinking. What?
Sinus.
Oh my gosh.
And plantar fasciitis.
Plantar fasciitis.
I'll
sit in the back of the class. I'm sitting in the back of the class. What is plantar fasciitis? What is that?
What's the foot? I got that. Go ahead, doctor.
How was I supposed to know?
All right. So TMJ issues, Bell's palsy. I treat babies, so it could be a breech baby. You want to make sure that everything is
really
the way it should be. So it's fine. There's most likely going to have a misalignment at some point in time, because we are creatures of habit. And I always say, if a person comes in, ultimately it's because of repetitive motion syndrome. Something that you do over and over again, whether it's properly or improperly, it'll cause a misalignment in your body.
So, Dr. Forbes, I have a question. So, can you just let us know? We have a question from the audience, which is also something that I wanted you to touch on. Is what would maintenance look like for a person based on like their job? Like if you work at the plant or if you work a desk job, what would maintenance look like?
That is a great question, because a person that don't do those jobs, a maintenance goal would be once or twice a month. You know, just if it's once a month or twice a month, every 2 weeks or something like that. However, in this area, we live in a plant-based type of area where you got the big three, and you got the tiers that work with the big three, and you got other plants as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a lot of people that are standing for a long period of time. You got a lot of desk job folks. Maintenance for them would be actually probably once a week.
Once.
You got to think about it. A person, and anybody that's been a patient of mine know that I'm with them probably less than 5 minutes
Mm-hmm.
and of adjusting. So that means for the rest of your day, you can be putting something back out of alignment if you haven't went through corrective care first.
Mm-hmm.
So a person that's standing on a line that's bent over, slouched over, stooped over, twisting, things of that nature, they're most likely going to and we're not talking about just the simple habits at home where we just looking at our phone with our heads like this. If we got to hold a
Mm-hmm.
baby, if we're sleeping with a baby wow, I mean all those things on a daily basis will cause your body to go out of alignment. So maintenance for someone that is constantly worker, a plant worker, postal worker, someone like myself, a barber, hairdresser, those things, maintenance for them is different from somebody that doesn't have those stressors on their body.
Okay.
Mm, this is good. Like, I'm getting so much information. Like,
It's really good information because a lot of people, there's a misconception that you're safer because you're sitting at the job. Like I, by profession, I'm an executive assistant. So my days consist of 8 hours, like just sitting there and just grinding it out. But when I get up, I can feel like my hip is tight, or like, not, you all know, I'm not a young
Yeah,
chicken. Like, you can't just keep me sitting here all day. You got to move. But I think
you
this is
gotta
really
move.
important because people tend to think, you do the annual physical with your primary care doctor, you do your dentist visits, but I believe chiropractic care is right up there with the other care that we should be taking full advantage of. And if we have a reputable chiropractor in our area, we should be utilizing them because we're not giving the attention that we need to give to our spines and the other. I mean, he just told us it's a nervous system, it's related to the nervous system. So we need to give that attention to our bodies, and we're not.
okay, I think I'm gonna try that because I do notice with me working on nails, a lot of times I have a lot of issues with my neck and shoulders because I'm kind of hunched over. I do a lot of filing. I have tendonitis in my left hand from constantly holding, stuff, and it stays kind of stationary. But I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna come. So when
Hmm.
you do this alignment and you name the different stuff with the feet, with the sinuses, do you actually work on those areas, or because it's all connected with the spine, you just work on the spine and it fixes those areas? Did that make
Say that
sense?
one more time.
Okay. So
What's the last
let's
thing you
take,
said? You said, do you work on the spine?
do you work on the areas that you're having issues with? If I have plantar fasciitis, do you work on my feet, or is just you aligning the spine going to fix everything?
Yeah, so let me the cascade effect of that, because there's if I once you start working on the feet, there's collateral damage that has been done. So most likely you are favoring, let's just say it's in your right foot. You're favoring and trying to stay off that right foot because it's in pain, correct?
Mhm.
So now you're putting more pressure on your left leg, your knee, your left knee, your left hip are now being thrown off because of your gait has changed because you're trying to favor that right leg, that right foot. And before then, most likely the ankle is off. As those hips goes off, your spine, your lower back will go off as well. Attention to the uh, plantar fasciitis in that right foot and not address those other things at some point in time is we pay Paul, at some point you're gonna have to pay up, and so your body will
Okay.
continually have misalignments in your body because you didn't address the time. Does that make sense to you?
It does. It does.
I
I'm gonna be making an appointment.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what we were looking to do here.
So Klay Thompson, that played with Steph Curry. Everybody, you guys remember him? Know him?
Yes.
Right.
So
Yes.
so Klay Thompson tore his ACL in his knee.
Mm-hmm.
During his recovery, and he recovered well, came back, and after that, he tore his Achilles. So it's a compensation issue that goes on. We compensate our bodies to do things. A person that's having that their head is tilted and things of that nature, their shoulder will rise up to make them feel like they are not about to fall. Your body will compensate for your issues. Our bodies are fascinating things. If you cut yourself and don't put nothing on it, it'll heal.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The body is truly amazing. Dr. Forbes, let's get to some of the questions that the viewers have posed out here. Tangerine, you want to call these out?
Okay, so we already answered International Lean. Hey, Rebecca says, what has been some of your worst cases and how did you encourage your patients and what was the outcome?
What was some of my worst patients? I think part of the thing is that what we don't connect is, so before COVID, the biggest epidemic that was going on is the opioid crisis.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I have people that I've treated that are in excruciating pain, that when I'm talking to them, just doing a consultation, breaking down in tears because they've been in so much pain. I had a patient recently tell me they had a full night's sleep, and that was the first time they had it in 10 years.
Ooh.
Can you imagine?
No. No.
And so, I see cases that have degenerative spine, that have, young people in their 20s, 30s, 40s that have spines that look like they're in their 70s. And so to tell them that, what it looks like and what we have to do to correct it, it can be a daunting task for some folks. But I'm encouraged to help them. My biggest thing is because to change the mindset is to not just get away from the pain. It is to correct the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You have to correct the problem. You got to correct the misalignments, and not just focus on the pain. The pain is there, or once we get the pain out of there, that does not mean that the issue is corrected. We have to start working on the corrective points, and it's a mindset. Like I said, I focus on healing and restoration, and I talk to my patients in that matter. When I see a person walking in, I'm feeling well. I imagine them, and I see them walking out feeling better. And when they do feel better, I've already seen it. So I focus on their total health of it all. I've seen some gruesome X-rays where it's like, wow, how are you still walking? And then there's sometimes I really have to tell a patient there's really not much I can do for them. That doesn't happen a lot, but when I have to tell them, surgery is an option for you, but that is far and few in between. I'm able to help 98% of the people that come into my office.
Okay.
So, but the biggest thing is to get them away from the mindset that will lead them to be addicted to pain medication. You'd be surprised how many people are addicted to pain medication. When we were growing up, we grew up with Dare and Nancy Reagan saying no to drugs and all those type of deals, right?
Right.
And we always said that weed was a gateway to harder drugs, cocaine and things of that nature, right? So with this opioid addiction, what's the gateway?
The pain.
The pain pills.
Right.
The pain pills is the gateway. People, you have a lot of people that are functioning that are addicted to pain medication. And how they got on it is simple. They had an accident, they had a surgery, and they were given those things. They're addictive, and they don't know they're addictive. But when they realize they're addictive, they're already hooked.
Yeah. And I think yeah, and from some of the documentaries I've seen, because of the restrictions with the opioids and the pain medication, you're still in pain, but you've taken up all of the medicine that they prescribed you. So then you need to find relief for the pain you're still experiencing, because your time hasn't come for you to refill on the medication that they've given you. So that's how people, like you said, it's the gateway into, harder drugs. I did see that in a couple things, a couple documentaries. I'm a nerd, but I did see that. So I agree with you about that. And because the government is trying to mandate or regulate, how often people are prescribed this medication, it's a domino effect, because they can't get it, but they're still in pain.
Yeah. And none of it at that time has addressed the crux of the matter, the real issue.
Yeah, none of it, because the person is still in pain.
It's masking it.
Yeah, because you think the person feels that they're not in pain anymore, but the pain is still there.
Because they need to go to a chiropractor.
There you have it. Boom. So Icare Spine and Rehab Center.
Yes. Where are you located in Detroit?
I have 2 locations. I am located on Livernois and 7 Mile in the Heritage Plaza on the Avenue of Fashion, 18984 Livernois Avenue, and I am on Mack Avenue, 430 Mack Avenue in the Medical Center District, right across from DMC.
I love it, and I'm gonna tell you, I thought I did my homework. I didn't know it was 2 of them. Oh, congratulations! This is you're a real big deal. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's go to International Ring right quick. He says, what causes the pain to go from your back down your leg?
I'm working on it.
I think he's delayed.
International Ring, we gotta give him a minute so he can get I think he just a little bit behind us.
But International Ring is because your spine is connected to everything, and it's sending information to the nerves. So that's what caused it to go from your back down to your leg. So I know people have a lot of nerve issues, sciatica issues. All that is dealing with the spine. Okay, so this is interesting. I know we're having some technical difficulties, but I want to go. I really want my mom to go. I know she's been a couple years ago, and she didn't have a good outcome. But I'll go and try Dr. Ford.
And what I'm going to say, as a personal patient,
can y'all hear me better?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a personal patient and friend of the Icare Spine, and when I say the staff there is very professional, don't get overwhelmed when he tell you to turn and let go and let your head fall back. Don't get discouraged. Don't resist him. He know what he's doing.
Wiggle your left big toe.
Listen, don't put all my business out here, doctor. But I will say that it was a very professional experience, and I did see some changes that I needed to make in my own habits. As I said in the beginning, I was a big couch sleeper. Like, I was comfy couch and I would sleep. But through his help, I was able to say, nope, you can't lay here. This is probably not going to work. So I would recommend just go and set up an appointment and to get adjusted.
Yep.
Okay, I just got a text to say pain from back to leg is sciatica. So
yeah, we deal with sciatic issues. There's two conditions that people think they have sciatica, but they really have what we call lumbar radiculopathy. That basically means you have low back radiating pain. That's basically what that means. So sciatica start when you have sharp pain in your glutes, in your butt, on one of your butt cheeks. And if you pinpoint it there like a trigger point, it'll shoot that pain down that leg. But if it's higher than that in your lower back and it's still shooting down your leg, that's a disc issue, and that's coming from your lower back.
So
but they mimic each other. The only difference is where it starts at.
Okay, so Kareem, that was the answer to your question, because I just got a text that said, answer Kareem's question.
Hopefully I answered that correct.
And hopefully I hope that you take this opportunity, and we're presenting one of our own as a chiropractic professional. So take this opportunity. The name of the center is Eye Care Spine and Rehabilitation. Call and make an appointment for a consultation. I know this is kind of out of our fun wheelhouse here on The Perfect Pair, but we want to focus on things that matter to us in our community. We wanted to bring you, we already labeled May as the men's month. So we wanted to make sure that you all see some positive men in our community that are doing good. And chiropractic care is, as I said before, it's ignored, and it's something that we really should focus on. Because you always hear somebody say, oh, my back. Well, what about your back? What is going on with your back? Go take a chance and go see what's going on.
Can I add a little bit more to that?
Yeah. Yes.
So we have issues that mimic low back pain, and when you talk about men's health, so prostate cancer and enlarged prostates, one of the symptoms is low back pain. What? So you can have a lot of cancers will have you having back and aches and things of that nature, and that's why you have to get checkups. As men, we have to do a better job of getting checkups. We gotta pay attention to the leaves that's falling.
Okay, I like that. Pay attention to the leaves that's falling.
So we have to think about these things of why things that used to work a certain way isn't working the way it used to, and all of it is always just because we're getting older. You may have underlying conditions, so whether it be cardiovascular issues, diabetes, all these things that we just kind of let under the rug. We got to really focus on our health. And when a person come to me, I'm looking at what they say to me, and most important, I'm listening to what they do not say to me. And when they brush over certain things, it's like, okay, we got to get this checked out. You need to go look. It may be something else going on. I treat what I treat, but then there's some things also too, as a clinician and a physician, ethically and morally, I have to let them know what's really going on and what I think that's going on, so they can check into it.
Okay, that
was pretty eye-opening.
It was. I wasn't expecting that. So since you did the very smooth transition to men's health, what is it? Is it more that our men need to be checking on besides just the pain?
Well, one of the things that are really is on the rise right now is colorectal cancer in men that between 35 and 50 that we really got to be cautious of. And when they say the annual checks at like 40 or 30, 40, 43 or 40, whatever they are, the number that they give us, African Americans need to do it sooner than that.
Okay.
Simply, we just got to be more proactive than reactive, and pay attention to stuff like blood in your urine, blood in your stool, more than frequent constipation than before. All those things that before we don't really pay attention. Not falling off or burning, we ain't going to the doctor. And women will be like, man, some ain't right quickly, but men, we just don't do that. But we gotta do better, and we gotta change our diet as we get older. Things get a little harder for us to shake off, and you gotta pay attention to that. So as far as with men, our annual checkups, we gotta do it. We gotta pay attention to just blood work. Go and get the blood checked out. I said this a couple days ago about the things we see on TV about whether it's either male enhancement or it is to increase your testosterone level. Men will just look at it and they saying that it'll get it up and they gonna get it, but they haven't even did blood work to see if their testosterone level was low.
Right.
So if it's not low and you start taking testosterone to increase it, now you have an imbalance. And one of the things when you have hyper testosterone is enlarged prostates and prostate cancer. So those are things that we got to really get a wrap around and understand that we got to take better care of ourselves. So later on I got some tips that we can do. Everything's not doom and gloom, but we got to pay more attention to it.
So Dr. Forbes, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why is it that men are kind of apprehensive about their annual checkups? I used to date a guy and he would wait for me to go to the doctor to see if I was okay. And then he said, "Oh, then I guess I'm okay." We don't have the same makeup, brother. You need to go in there. We ain't the same.
Hey, well, one, I would say the elephant in the room, nobody wants to do a rectal exam. The guys don't want to do no rectal exam. And
I was about to say something disrespectful. Go ahead.
Don't say nothing disrespectful.
Nobody, a guy don't want that. So it's like, if I don't see nothing wrong, then I ain't gonna get it checked out. And you bad.
She is horrible.
Stuff like that where it's like, okay, out of sight, out of mind.
Okay.
Out of sight, out of mind. But you got to put things in context, even though we're laughing at it. But there are some times where you let it go, and I had a friend of mine who worked in the medical field and just had leg pain, and went in and was like, let me get it, get something checked out. Found out had stage 4 cancer. So, as jokey as it is, it's one of them things where it's like, it's a difference when somebody telling you going to get it checked out and you didn't waited too long and you didn't have symptoms before, and they telling you have only so many months to live. So, we got to do a better job, whether it be cardiovascular, whether it be checking for cancers, whether it be changing our diet for diabetes. All these things we need to do a better job as men. And, we all, have our glutton moments where we just eating anything, but we got to do a better job. We got to do a better job.
Okay.
Yeah, I go to the doctor if I cough twice in a day. I mean, something got to be wrong. My friends tell me that's the reason my copay may be so high. So men, go. It is nothing wrong with it. So I want to touch on one thing that I know men have an issue with, and I'm going to say some men, is blood pressure and blood pressure medication, because of some of the effects that it can have. Can you speak on the importance of monitoring your blood pressure and taking medication and kind of not thinking about those effects or what else they can do to correct those?
So one, I would suggest that everybody do at least 30 minutes of exercise a day for your cardiovascular health.
Okay.
Second, you want to check your diet with those things. And if you are put on medication, you need to continue to be on the medication until your doctor tell you not to be on the medication. You don't just take yourself off of the medication because you feel that you're okay. You know, you could be okay for some time, but then that one time that you're not could be finality.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to look at it from that standpoint. So if you're on them, they may cause some different issues that's life altering that you didn't have before.
Right.
Hopefully you with somebody that understands. At the end of the day, that's why through sickness and health is part of vows, because at some point in time, everybody's body is going to change. And you got to be okay with that, but you got to pay attention to it as well. One of the things that women need to do is really, nag your significant other spouse to get checked out when you guys see anything. If you in the bathroom and you know that such and such was just in there and it's smelling fruity, that's not normal. They need to get checked for diabetes.
Okay.
Because fruity smell in your urine is a sign of diabetes. So
really,
yeah,
I have never heard of that a day in my life.
Yeah, it's not normal.
So we can't just say that he just started eating apples and strawberries.
Well, I got 6 F's that I want everybody to pay attention to.
6 F's. I'm going to write it down.
Good.
All right.
Get my notes out.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
The first one is fiber.
Fiber.
Everybody needs fiber in it. So whether you eat oatmeal, beans, vegetables, you need fiber. Fiber is going to help out with your digestive system, and it's going to help out with your cardiovascular system as well, lowering your blood pressure, things of that nature. A lot of people sitting with 10, 20 pounds of waste in them. Yeah. Okay. Men, but especially women. I know we talking about men, but
yes.
Yeah. And then fruit. Fruit is good for your fiber as well, but it helps with dehydration issues as well. So there's a lot of fruit that have a lot of fluid in them, and that leads to my third F, and that's fluids. We got to increase our water intake. We should be drinking half our body weight in ounces. So if I'm 200 pounds, I should be drinking 100 ounces a day.
Okay.
Yep. I know that's what the perfect pair wanted to hear. So.
Yep. It's exactly what we wanted to hear, Doc.
In the fluid.
This Hennessy, that's what we wanted to hear.
I mean,
oh, show off. Didn't nobody want to see your water.
And then the last 3 F's go together, and it's something that we talk about as far as it's faith, family, and friends, and that attaches with your mental health.
Okay.
One thing that as men we don't talk about it enough is our mental health. And if you got 2 out of those things, if you have faith in you, depends on your family and your friends. Some people's friends are closer than family. However that works for you, you need to be checking on your mental state. And those that can help you with your mental state, your faith, your family, and your friends.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
so
that too.
We need to really be focused on those things of taking care of our bodies and taking care of our mental health as well.
So these were really good. Just to piggyback before we go to the question that's in the comment. You talked about fiber and fruit and fluids to cleanse yourself. Would you recommend that people get like their colon cleansed?
Yeah, I would definitely. I do at least 2, maybe 3 detoxes a year.
Okay.
Some people do it with just a colonic.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I couldn't think of that word.
La, 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 la. But yeah, you can do all those things, but you got to change your diet though. You got to change your diet, and you got to increase your water intake. If you increase your water intake, a lot of these issues will go away. We got to realize that our body is at least 73% water, and a lot of the autoimmune disorders and diseases that are more prevalent now than it was 20, 30 years ago I believe it's because it's a lack of water. Part of it's a lack of water in the diet that we have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your body deals with water. You know, every organ needs water. Water is the gasoline of the body. And I saw something in the airport this morning when I was flying back that I said, man, that's good. And it was in a coffee shop. I ain't gonna say the name because they ain't giving me no money. But it said there is no planet B. So we have to take care of it. And I thought about it like, man, there's no plan B for a body.
That's true.
We got one, and we got to make sure that we work it. I don't care how bad we think science is, where we're going to clone our bodies. No, we got to work the one that we have. We got to preserve the one that we have.
This one, you said your body is 73% water?
Yeah, about 73%. You can, make our phone smart and Google it, but it's around that mark. Between 73 and 80 something. Yeah.
That's no problem. I got too much water in my body. Okay.
So wait, hold, please. Hold a line.
H2O, not tequila or
See, I was about to ask about the ice.
Liqueur.
About to ask about the ice.
Icing is better than heat. So we'll get to that. I think it was some questions. So yes, ice is better than heat.
Her question was, what is the benefit for a chiropractor versus a back doctor?
So great question, Kyra. So back specialists, the back doctors, back specialists are ones that you have rheumatologists and you have back specialists. I always say you have to understand what you're going for. So we correct misalignments in your spine. We do that. If you go to a back specialist, they may prescribe pain management and or physical therapy, which is not bad, but you need to understand is it trying to correct the issue, or is it trying to alleviate your pain? One is to get you and keep you out of the issue. The other one is just to alleviate your pain. And I'm not saying, that back doctors are not good. I'm not that type of doctor that knocks other doctors. But you need to understand, if you go into a spinal surgeon specialist, I'll put it to you this way. If you go into Dunkin' Donuts, what are they going to sell you?
Donuts.
So if you go into a spinal surgeon,
they're going to sell you surgery on your spine.
And sometimes it's needed, but often you can alleviate those discomforts by
changing your behaviors.
By changing your behaviors, but less evasive options, like a chiropractic.
I like that.
Are
massages beneficial?
Of course. Like I said, I get 2 a month. I think it works hand in hand. Whether you're dealing with, when you think about the synergy of it all, massage therapy, chiropractic, physical therapy, it all works in conjunction together. Even if you're getting pain injection shots, it helps out. The only thing is you need to be focused, and this is not correcting the problem. And if you're doing those things, you need to be continually trying to correct the issue while you're taking the pain away, so it will stay away. But if you are just trying to get rid of the pain, at some point your body will get tolerant to the pain medication, and then you jack.
Okay. I know we've been like so all over the place. We didn't even answer all of the questions that we had sent to you, but this has been like a really
This has been really good. This has been really good.
I hate when we started, I meant to ask you, how did you get into this? We never discussed how did this guy Cecil get into going to school to become a doctor, and now you're a world-renowned chiropractor.
Wow, that's a great question. It started back. I think everything is God ordained.
Amen.
And my journey is when I didn't realize that God was shaping me. But when I look back on it, I see that He was. When I was in high school at King, I tore my cartilage in my knee, and I had to have surgery on my knee. And at the time, I just was trying to get back to play football. I fast forward, I go to college. My first year, I did the undecided general courses, but when it was time to pick a major, I thought, what would I want to do, for a career? I thought about computer science. I was like, man, that's too much math for me. And then I said, man, I remember how I had to go to PT, physical therapy, for my knee, pre and post surgery. And I just looked at them like, man, they like health coaches. And so, man, I picked biology, pre-physical therapy. And at the time, in 96, PT is not as big as it is now. So you did not need a bachelor's or additional degrees to get into PT school. All you needed was 90 credit hours. And after 90 credit hours, I was just starting to ball. So I wasn't thinking about leaving school. Fast forward to my senior year, a lot of people's problem is they praying to graduate. I knew I was graduating. I just didn't know what I was going to do. And the one thing I love about HBCUs, and particularly Jackson State, but I know it's across the board, is that we really have professors that care about us. And you're with them for at least 3 to 4 years, so they get to know you personally. And I was walking through the union. First of all, I prayed, God, show me what you want me to do. What am I supposed to be doing? And I was walking through the union, and one of my professors was like, hey, come here, Mike Tyson. He called me Mike Tyson all the time. Had a bald head at the time. He said, come talk to this lady. She was a recruiter from a chiropractic college in Davenport, Iowa, the college that I eventually went to. And I learned that they were doctors that did not prescribe medicine. And that was right up my alley because I had taken NSAIDs and injections just to continue to play football. And so I was my own guinea pig, and I knew how I felt. And it just kind of turned me off of medicine. And I researched it. I went in the city of Jackson. I went to the Yellow Pages. You see how long they go? Pick up a Yellow Pages.
Yellow Pages.
I called every chiropractic in the city of Jackson, Mississippi. And most of them gave me the runaround. I told them I was a senior at Jackson State, graduating. I was thinking about becoming a chiropractor. And one of them, he was like, yeah, come on in. Me and my boy both were graduating, thinking about chiropractic school. So we went to his office. I sat down and just watched people walk in, not feeling good, walking out feeling better. And I'm thinking in my head, like, man, this is something I want to do. And, God provision, his roommate was from Detroit. And at Palmer College, where I went to, he called him. I met him. I told him I was coming home, and I did. He was working in another doctor's office, Dr. Roseman, and I met both of them. They're two of my biggest mentors. We adjust each other, and the rest is history. This is 16 years. Next month in June will be 16 years of being a licensed doctor of chiropractic. and 10 years now of private practice.
Yes.
I've done some amazing things. I did my clinic abroad in India. I've been across the country for it. My first few years was associate doctor with the Detroit Lions. So I did a bunch of things before I went into private practice. And I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And it's a blessing to see and help as many people as I have. And I want to continue to do it. But I always, stay anchored. At the end of the day, I'm a young Black man from the city of Detroit, East Side, and I take that with me everywhere I go. And so I don't get too up or too down about certain things, because I know, one, that I can grind and I can make it happen, but also, two, I know that I'm going to give it my best to be the best. So,
I like
just keep rocking.
Oh my God, I feel so excited and so proud. That is an awesome story. Like, I'm over here smiling.
Look, and then it was the yellow pages. Like, he took it upon himself to go out there and find somebody
doctors and lined up, and I said it was God and the roommate. This was really good. See, what y'all don't know is I invited Cecil. I taught at that school, King, for a hot minute.
What school is that again?
It wasn't Cass where I went, the best school. So it was second best. It was King. I taught there because I had to get his Cass Tech information to the Crusaders. And we were having what's it called?
Career Day.
Thank you, Career Day. And I said, I know he's an alumni, and I know he's doing big things. I think he is one here. And he came. He showed up and showed out. And I am so appreciative for you. I am so happy for all your success. Like, you have this. And one thing I like that you said is when you keep talking about how it was ordained by God and your faith. So that is a beautiful thing, because we have to keep the faith right now. And to hear a Black man talk about it is just more inspiring. And to hear your journey, how you hustled to do what you had to do to get where you wanted to be. A lot of times people want things handed to them, and you hustle. So, you got it out the mud.
And
I'm happy for you.
And what I want to say to his devotion to the city, you all know I was a single mom, but he was the team physician for my son's football team, 2-time champions. Yep. The King Crusaders. Yep. Mm-hmm. So anyway, So when I was in need, because I'm not bashful when I need help, I reached out to him because I needed someone to talk to my kid, because I thought I was losing him, because he was in this new environment and the grades weren't looking right. And they sat down with him, and I'm eternally grateful to those brothers that took time out of their day. Like, it wasn't, oh, let's meet up in 2 weeks. They said tonight. Let's meet up tonight to talk to him. And I am the proud mother of a King alumni and current Wilberforce student, Wilberforce University student, HBCU student, who I didn't lose him. But at the same time, I thank men like Dr. Forbes here, who have stepped in when some of us moms, we didn't know where to go. We didn't know what to do. And I thank him for that. And that's another pledge that he has to, being ordained by God and following what God has for you. And like, he didn't have to come and talk to my son, but he did. And to this day, my son respectfully speaks on Dr. Forbes. He respectfully speaks on this man. So, I thank him. And I was shocked when Tangerine spoke out. She asked me like, hey, what if we have Cecil on the show? And I was like, okay. I was like, okay. I was like, all right. But, when you look at his body of work and what he has meant to the community, but more so than the community, what he's meant to Black young men, they can see this is a reality. So
Yeah.
you don't have to shun or shadow any of your dreams. You can go for it.
Yeah.
And we thank you for being that in our community.
We do.
Yeah. You got to be seen. You got to show you got to show the young men what they can strive to be. And it's not to boast about yourself, but you a lot of times excuses will come out of why they can't do something. And I'm quick to listen, but I'm also quick to say, listen, I did it. I've seen it just as much as you've seen. I had the same challenges. I wasn't always have it on the ball, but you gotta grind, you gotta focus, you gotta come step out of your environment to see more. And that's part of what the mental health of men. Not enough of us kind of really step out of that whole mentality of how we were raised or where we were born at, to seek higher and more things. You can't strive to be something that you haven't seen.
That's important with this hit squad.
That's the his squad.
Right, his squad, but no.
3200 East Lafayette.
No doubt.
But you know what's funny? As y'all know, I love Cass, diehard Cass. I love King people. And I can't even lie, because at the end of it, they come through. One of my best friends is from King. I got so many good friends from King. Like, y'all good people. I always appreciate you, Dr. Cecil Forbes, because you always come through, especially when it's helping the kids and helping somebody.
Yeah.
So again, I appreciate you. I thank you. If you ever need me, I'm always here for you.
No doubt.
You came from the flight to just be here for us.
Yes.
That speaks volumes. We do have 3 minutes, and we have to do our closing, which takes about a minute because I remember it. But I want to answer International Read real quick if you can. Why do some people overlook people that went to HBCU, especially in sports? Can you do that in 1 minute?
Yeah, I can. In sports, I think in a vacuum right now, because of COVID, scouts did not get a chance, or they did not want to seek out to scout HBCUs like they've scouted in the past. So a lot of our HBCU athletes did not. None of them got drafted. I think it's a lack of scouting this year, and for HBCU schools. So. And on top of that, with other things, it's a mentality. If it's not white, it's not right. So a lot of times you get that from people that went to HBCUs. But honestly, you get a lot of people. They come from HBCU, work hard.
Yes, they do.
We work very hard.
And they're good people. I wish I had the opportunity to go.
Yeah.
But so thank you again. So remember, Dr. Cecil Forbes is at Eye Care Spine and Rehabilitation. He has not 1, but 2 locations. So my West Side people, you can get them on Livernois off of the Avenue of Fashion. My East Side people, you can get them off of Mac. His website is eyecaresr.com. So check him out. Remember, he had the 6 F's: fiber, fruit, fluids, faith, family, and friends. Yes. So make sure my fellas and my ladies stick to that too, because I like the 6 F's. So we go work on that. Thank you, Dr. Forbes. So Marty,
thank you so much.
This is our minute to shine.
This is our minute. Dr. Forbes, we just asked that you just hang. We asked you just hang around for a minute.
Okay, no problem. Do your thing. What up, Simo? What up, Simo? I see my hit squad brother in there, so I had to say what up to him.
No problem. So yeah, this is our minute to shine.
So remember, everybody, thank you for tuning in to The Perfect Pair. We really appreciate you with Marty, even on location, looking like a weather man. She done got tan during the show.
The show.
Yes. Remember, wear your mask, and if you have a reusable one, wash them out. Even if the CDC says you don't need one, you need one.
Wear it. Wash your hands, everybody.
And if all else fails,
make a shake and enjoy drink with some cheese press.
With your cheese press nails. We love y'all, and next week we will have Sunday brunch run with International Ream, and Virgil will be here.
And Virgil Smith will be here.
We also have two sponsors for the show. We have a drink sponsor and a food sponsor.
We do.
That will be setting Marty and I out. So we're really excited.
Yes.
Thanks so much for tuning in. And we'll see y'all next Sunday. Your favorite two.
Add two.
Hey, I miss you, Marty.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.
I have made it through the